This week we've seen some appalling events in Belfast and other parts of Northern Ireland. As somebody who grew up there, it grieves me to see the way in which the horrific stabbing of Stephen Ogilvy was then exploited by the far right and by billionaires and the man who's now become a trillionaire, Elon Musk. Because what we saw after that atrocious stabbing in North Belfast was the orchestrated, pre-planned mobilisation of people in racist attacks, an attempted racist pogrom against asylum seekers, migrants and people of colour, some of whom have lived all their lives and were born in places like Belfast. It's outrageous that in fact for months before there was organisations warning the Northern Ireland Police, the PSNI, of the fact that lists were being published and circulated in fascist and far-right circles of addresses of where migrants and asylum seekers and refugees were living. The police were warned of this and did nothing about it. And the result was that as soon as Stephen Ogilvy was being stabbed by somebody from Sudan, which of course is appalling and inexcusable and should face the consequences, then they mobilised and targeted the homes of some of those same people. They burnt them out. People were evicted from their homes, they had to be taken out of their homes, including a 2-month-old baby. We saw nurses, black nurses, being attacked and chased into their workplace when they were going there to care for people in places like Royal Victoria Hospital and elsewhere. And the really encouraging thing for me, as someone who has fought all his adult life for working class unity and socialism in Ireland, is the fact that community groups, trade unionists and socialists have responded on the ground, reassuring those people, linking up with people of colour in areas such as Belfast to reassure them, in some cases to rehouse them, to protect them and to try to chase off these people that are attacking them. And let's be clear, the boys and young men who were mobilised for these attacks were carrying out nothing short of a racist pogrom. It wasn't just legitimate protest or legitimate concerns on any issue. It was a racist pogrom who was being enacted, where those houses were targeted and people were burnt out of their homes and shops and cars were burnt as well. And the police didn't adequately protect them whatsoever. It was local community groups that had to protect them. And I think therefore that the fact that today in Belfast and in Derry and tomorrow in Dublin there's rallies against racism, rallies against hate is encouraging as well, because for me the trade union movement in particular have a real role to play in uniting the working class against racism, against sectarianism, against division and in favour of measures to bring about a redistribution of wealth, because the bitterness of young ones that are being mobilised is being exploited by the far right, and the bitterness they feel is partly because they come from some of the most deprived areas of the Protestant working class in particular, some of the most impoverished areas of the city, where housing has not been built, where decent jobs have not been provided, where there's no hope, and despite all the promises of a peace dividend, they've been left in squalor. And I think therefore that the politicians who rely on sectarian headcounts for their careers and their well-paid jobs have failed those people, and what we need is a united working class fighting for socialist change to drain the swamp that is now growing sectarianism and division and specifically racism, for workers' unity and socialism.